No Borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher. No Borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher. No Borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher.
No Borders with me, Garth Christopher, right here on YouTube and on Facebook, and soon to be on X and TikTok and stuff like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to work. I would like you to share the live. Today is Thursday the 13th of June 2024, exactly 2 days before the internal elections of the United National Congress. And I have some stuff to deal with. Unfortunately, some of the things I will be dealing with this evening, I would have preferred to not have to deal with them, but I just have to deal with them because, there are certain elements within our own party who are hell-bent on dividing our party, which is in total opposition to what the United Patriots are interested in doing. And as a matter of fact, if you are honest with yourselves, you should give the United Patriots a lusty round of applause for their conduct on the campaign trail so far, and I don't think they will succumb to the nastiness that the star team and their proxies are engaging in, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, it is very, very unfortunate, because this is a time when we should be demonstrating an exemplary behavior in the eyes of the public. I mean, we understand that Trinidad and Tobago practices an adversarial type of politics and campaigning and stuff like that. And it was all well and good then, especially in the era when it was more piquant, on our political campaign trail than the nastiness that we are getting right now from even those our brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, in the UNC itself. I mean, this star team has descended into the gutter, ladies and gentlemen, and you will tell me if I'm exaggerating or not as you listen to this very first clip that I would like to play, ladies and gentlemen. I would like you to listen to this very first clip. I'm so sorry to have to open the show with this, but it's disgusting. But hear what. You listen for yourself and you be the best judge of it. Let me let you listen and let's talk about it after, okay? Yes, play the clip. Thank you.
I have the ambition, you, Anita Haynes, the next one, but you're not free to base your whole platform on lies and deception. You're not free to try and hoodwink the country, talking about Kamala Week and all of this, same like Rowley and them. You're not free to do that, especially not from a platform of a party that I belong to and that I working so hard to make sure that my people on the East-West Corridor could be free of this oppressive government. Because I will hit you hard politically. I will hit you hard. What Munilal and them doing today is nothing. I will come out and hit you hard. Forget if I like you, don't like you. I don't care about it. I must say hello to you twice or three times. You're so insignificant to me. But you're bringing down the party, or trying to, but you will not succeed. So let me tell you something. I am prepared to back you on your slate fully if you could show me one piece of evidence that Kamala persad-bisessar wasn't one called into the elections. If not, pat your fat ass down and let the people and them breathe with some unity. And forget all of them who trying to ride your coattails. Trying to go, love any house.
Ooh. That was a very hard listen. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I prefer to not play that clip on air. It is so obnoxious. It is vile. It is foul. It is despicable. It's hopeless for the star team. It shows a sense of hopelessness, ladies and gentlemen. It shows a sense that if this team and whom this brother is backing, if this David Naked star team were to be returned on Saturday, 2 days, 48 hours from today, it proves, ladies and gentlemen, you, our loyal supporters, members, and soldiers, it proves to us many things. But one of the things it definitely proves to us is that there is hate, there is vitriol, there is animosity, there is bullying, there is division in the star team, in the DNA of this star team. Ladies and gentlemen, let us deal with and very quickly get through with this idea of bullying. Ladies and gentlemen, oh God, Kamala, oh God, Jolene John, shame on you. Shame on you, Jolene John. Shame on you, Kamala. Shame on you, David Naked. Shame, I burn fire on all you. How could you have children? David Naked, you go to schools in Tunapuna. You say you've been walking Tunapuna. You've been walking Tunapuna, David Naked, for 3 years or more, you say. Kamala, you opened an operation center in Tunapuna. Jolene John, you opened an operation center in Tunapuna. I was there. I, Garth Christopher, was there when it was opened. And you all said that that is for the wider community. You all are going to engage school children. You all are going to engage the community. David Naked, you were the captain of our football team. You would have spoken throughout the world. I guess you practice in Lebanon. You practice your football in other parts of Europe and perhaps in the United States of America. And God alone knows where else you would have practiced your football, David Naked. As the captain of our football team and as a captain and a senior player in other teams and leagues throughout the world, you would have had to speak to school children. And I am certain, David Naked, you would have had to deal with the topic and the issue of school bullying. David Naked, shame on you. Kamala Persad-Bisessar, shame on you. Jolene John, shame on you. David Naked, how can you call a fellow human being fat and in this hateful, disrespectful manner? How can you do that? David Naked, senator in the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. How can you and why would you feel comfortable calling another human being, a fellow human being and a colleague of your own party fat and bloated? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Kamala, shame on you. Jolene John, shame on you. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that David Naked is Jolene John's proxy. Whenever Jolene John wants to engage somebody in warfare, she stays behind and she allows David Naked to go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this that we just heard is the doing of Jolene John. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my strong suspicion, it is my strong opinion that it is Jolene John who has sent David Naked forward to do it. And I'm going to say something tonight. Before, if it is not Jolene John, if it is not Kamala, then before the 15th, Jolene John and Kamala Persad-Bisessar, if they had nothing to do with it, they should come out and categorically rebuke David Naked and offer an unequivocal apology, a sincere and unequivocal apology to MP Rushton Parry. And if they do that, I, Garth Christopher, will come right, I will make a special live and come right here and say, I, Garth Christopher, apologize for coming on air and saying that I am almost certain that it was Jolene John who sent David Naked to distract our membership with that nasty, vile, foul, despicable, disrespectful statement by David Naked. David Naked, I'm upset with you, my brother. I'm upset with you. I know you don't care. You care nothing about anybody. You care absolutely nothing. But you have said other things. You said other things that I want to pick up on. Mr. Producer, you could put back up that same clip for me, please. I want to play it again, and we're going to take it piece by piece. Let's play it again. Let's play it again.
Everybody free to have their ambition. You, Anita Haynes, the next one.
Now, he ain't nothing, boy.
But you're not free
Now, he ain't nothing.
to base your whole platform on lies and deception. You're not free to try and hoodwink the country. Talking about Kamala Week and all of this, same like Rowley and them. You're not free to do that. Especially not from a platform of a party that I belong to and that I'm working so hard to make sure that my people on the East-West Corridor could be free of this oppressive government. Because I will hit you hard politically. I will hit you hard. What Munilal and them doing today is nothing. I will come out and hit you hard. Forget if I like you, don't like you. I don't care about it. I must say hello to you twice or three times. You're so insignificant to me.
All right, come back to me.
But you...
And you could load on. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you need to share this live, you know. All of you who are on Facebook, TikTok, WhatsApp, share this live and ensure, try to get it out to every member of our great party. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard what David Naked said. David Naked just said that he doesn't care anything about Parry. Okay. It's his colleague. Parry's in the lower house. David Naked is in the upper house. It's his colleague. They belong to the same political party. They're parliamentary colleagues. They're on the same team. But here what David Naked is coming to the public and telling us. David Naked is telling the population of Trinidad and Tobago, and you, my fellow UNC member, my fellow UNC soldier, David Naked is coming to tell us, and he's boasting about it. He's boasting that he would have only spoken or said hello to Parry only about twice or three times. What does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen? What does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Producer, just carry it back a little bit. A little bit? Right. And play it. Let everybody hear what David Naked said about his conduct with his own colleague. He's boasting. And let me tell you something. He is a Jolene John disciple. Jolene John brought him into the UNC for times like these, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what David Naked said. He boasting that he, after being in the Senate, in the Parliament with Parry for over 4 years, going on 5 years, David Naked, you come in to boast to the population and tell us. Listen to him.
I must say hello to you twice or three times. You're so insignificant to me. But you're bringing down the party, or trying to, but you will not succeed. So let me tell you something.
Can you back a little thing again?
To back you on your sleep politically. I will hit you hard. What Munilal and them doing today is nothing. I will come out and hit you hard. Forget if I like you, don't like you. I don't care about it. I must say hello to you twice or 3 times. You're so insignificant to me.
Right, come back to me. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to David Nackett. He is saying Parry is insignificant to him. And he said hi, hello to him only about 2 or 3 times. Imagine he is boasting about that. What does that tell you? You who have to make that decision, ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday, take this into consideration. This David Nackett statement that in 4 years, going on 5 years, he's saying Parry is insignificant to him. He doesn't care about him. He has only spoken to him or said hi, hello to him about 2 or 3 times. What does that say to you, ladies and gentlemen? You see why the UNC is in the mess that it is in under Kamala Persad-Bisessar and Jolene John? You see, ladies and gentlemen, why we cannot win elections. We have lost election after election after election. 2 consecutive general elections, ladies and gentlemen, we have lost. And we are poised. If you put God out of your thoughts and you maintain the status quo, ladies and gentlemen, and go on Saturday morning, if you put God out of your thoughts, kiss the possibility of being in government goodbye. You cannot afford to vote the star team. You cannot afford to vote for people like David Nackett and Jolene John. They are the ones who have been dividing our party. They are the ones. You heard what David Nackett said? You go home and listen to this live again and replay it and come back to this part and replay it. I'm going to post it on my website, on my page. Ladies and gentlemen, David Nackett, Senator David Nackett, not only called Rushton Parry, the Honorable MP for Mayaro, his own colleague, not only did he call him fat and bloated and want to bully the man, literally want to bully the man. You heard the language he's using? Go back a little bit, Mr. Producer, and play it again. I want everybody, and raise my volume too. I want everybody to hear what David, listen to me, is violence. It's pure violence. Listen to it.
To make sure that my people on the East-West Corridor could be free of this oppressive government. Because I will hit you hard politically. I will hit you hard. What Munilal and them doing today is nothing. I will come out and hit you hard.
Come back to me. Lower it down. The conversation. I have to fix something in the studio here. You know, I have to keep lowering down my volume in the studio. But you know, we'll sort out that. All right. As a matter of fact, we have to put up some kind of a help, monetary kind of help. You know, a bank account where you could make a donation, you know, and stuff like that. But anyhow, we will deal with that, ladies and gentlemen. You hear the violent language? I will hit you hard. I will hit you hard. When Monilal and they come out, and so he's telling you, Monilal and them playing games with you. And he's showing you, them telling you all kind of things. Well, I come in and call you fat. I come in and call you bloated. I going to tell you, I don't care nothing about you. I don't care nothing about you. I only talk to you about 2 or 3 times. I say hello to you. You insignificant to me. He says, see me, I come in and deal with you differently. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Jolene John's boy. If God falls asleep and that star team wins, and you all, and they, and somehow, well, it would not happen. But these people end up in government. Listen to me. You could expect to see these fellas being ministers, and God alone knows if these fellas could treat their own colleagues in this manner, you tell me how they will treat you. And you cannot tell me that David Nackett's angst with Rushton Parry only came about in the past 2 to 3 months when Parry and Anita and Rai and Rambali and Charles started to clamor for internal elections. You can't tell me that, because he said in the past 4 to 5 years, he only said hello to him twice. Not in the past 2 to 3 months to say, well, boy, I ain't want to talk at all, because all they're trying to think the party. No, in the past 4 to 5 years, he said hello twice. So that, you know, angst with him now is a division set long time. He is actually revealing to us how Kamala and what's his name? How Kamala and Monilal and Julian John and Barry Padarat and Khadija Amin and them have been treating Rushton Parry for the longest while. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. There are things that you don't know. There are things that you don't know. Rushton Parry and they have endured, you know. They have endured a lot. But ladies and gentlemen, let's move on. I have a lot more to say, but David Nackett, producer, play the clip here with Monilal for me. The clip with Monilal, yes. Play that clip, let me hear.
It have no election in the party. So I am a simple, logical man. If there's no election and people campaigning, that means they have to be delusional? That's what I meant, that not that you're mentally ill necessarily, but if there's no election for leader, but you campaigning, that delusional behavior. It have no election in the party. So I am a simple, logical man. If there's no election and people campaigning, that means they have to be delusional? That's what I meant, that not that you're mentally ill necessarily, but if there's no election for leader, but you campaigning, that delusional behavior.
Go straight back to the David Nackett clip from the top.
Everybody free to have their ambition. You, Anita Haynes, the next one. But you're not free to base your whole platform on lies and deception. You're not free to try and hoodwink the country, talking about Kamala Week and all of this, same like Rowley and them. You're not free to do that, especially not from a platform of a party that I belong to and that I'm working so hard to make sure that my people on the East-West Corridor could be free of this oppressive government. Because I will hit you hard politically. I will hit you hard. What Monilal and them doing today is nothing. I will come out and hit you hard. Forget if I like you, don't like you. I don't care about it. I must say hello to you twice or 3 times. You're so insignificant to me. But you're bringing down the party, or trying to, but you will not succeed. So let me tell you something. I am prepared to back you on your slate fully if you could show me one piece of evidence that Kamala persad-bisessar wasn't one called into the elections. Right. If not, pat your fat ass down.
Come down to me. David Nackett is challenging Rushton Parry. Well, Rushton Parry is not going to respond to him. Rushton Parry is more dignified. Anita Haynes and they, as much as they might be itching and the mouths twitching to respond to him, they intend and they are determined to keep their campaign above a certain threshold of morality and dignity and integrity in public life. But I, as a member of the United National Congress and as a supporter of the United Patriots, I am not that constrained, ladies and gentlemen. So you want Parry and them, and you promise, I go support your team. I don't know how much support the team might want from you at this point in time. I'm not saying, because the team is a very mature team, and if you are a member of the UNC, I guess they will forgive you if once you have some skill sets. But not right now. You have to, you know, you have to thaw out a little bit. Okay, you have to thaw out a little bit. But you said that you will support Parry's team if you can prove. Let me tell you one thing up front. Kamala Persad-Bisessar will never come out and say, and you know that, David. Kamala Persad-Bisessar, Jolene John, will never come out and say we are not going to have any internal elections. You know that. They will never come out and say that. Okay? Now I want you to listen to this clip here. This clip here with I want you to listen to this clip here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this clip. David Naked, I want you to listen to this clip here. Come closer, David. Come closer, David. And listen to this clip. You want some proof? You want some proof? Listen to this clip here.
If I don't X, why people only asking about something that don't exist? Who interprets the Constitution as the Natex? Over the years, the Congress men want to court and the court basically tell them they have to go back to the Natex because the Constitution is the Natex they interpreted. But in other Natex, the only time we have a Natex is when they have no Natex election, sorry. The time we have a Natex election is when the Natex call it. Between me and you, partner, I'm not seeing anything like that happening in the near future. So, basically, post that sex election, when the political leader thinks it is politically appropriate for the Natex elections to be held. If I don't X, why people only asking about something that don't exist? Who interprets the Constitution as the Natex? Over the years, the Congress men want to court and the court basically tell them they have to go back to the Natex because the Constitution is the Natex they interpreted. But in other Natex, the only time we have a Natex is when they have no Natex election, sorry. The time we have a Natex election is when the Natex call it. Between me and you, partner, I'm not seeing anything like that happening in the near future. So, basically, post that sex election, when the political leader thinks it is politically appropriate for the Natex elections to be held.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope Olele David Naked, he say you are proof. He say you are proof, but he knows that Kamala Persad-Bisessar and Jolene John will never say they're not having any Natex election. But I want you, listeners, you, UNC member, who the star team coming and telling you that Parry and them creating confusion and they creating couture and they want to mash up the party. And Munilal and them keep telling you just now, I play the clip, Munilal and them telling you, but it ain't no election, it ain't no leadership election, it ain't no election, so how come they campaigning and and all kind of stuff, and they're telling you that Parry and Anita and them, they only want to mash up the party. That is what Kamala and them starting coming on the ground and telling the people, you know. That is what they're telling all you know. They're telling the membership that it was going to have Natex all the time. And Parry and they jumped the gun. And Parry and they're trying to bully the woman into having the Natex and she accustomed having the Natex and all that kind of thing. And David Naked coming to tell us now that proof to us that Kamala and them, that Kamala say it and no Natex. I want to tell you, David Naked, Kamala and Jolene John will never tell you it and no Natex. But Ravi Ratiram, who is the party organizer, has to come to the population and either own this clip, own the voice, own this clip, own it, or disown it. But to my hearing, it sounds like Ravi Ratiram. Ravi Ratiram, ladies and gentlemen, was the party organizer. The party organizer. He knows that is one of the man who Kamala Persad-bisessar, and I'm not saying that the man involved in human trafficking, no. But there are reports, newspaper reports, it all over the place. Rowley, everybody that we're talking about that this guy here, this guy is somehow linked to brutels, to whores, to prostitutes, to human trafficking, to children trafficking, to children pornography, all these things out there. All these things out there, ladies and gentlemen. I am not accusing him of anything. You cannot say that I am defaming anybody. These are talking about internal reports, about the used PTSD boss, all kinds of things. UNC internal reports, ministerial investigation went on, and fingers pointing at this fella. I accuse nobody of anything, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, this guy is Kamala's ring and finger. And he is telling you, what natex? Partner, between you and me, I really don't think it go have any natex, you know. I don't think it go have any natex. David Naked, you heard for yourself. I want you to come and tell me now, come and say to the population, well, he could say so. We're not buying that. Don't come and tell us, well, Kamala never says so, Jolie never says so. He could say so, and he don't know what he's saying. Really, he doesn't know what he's saying. He didn't know he was being taped. That is what he didn't know. He knew exactly what he was saying. He did not know he was being recorded. That is what he didn't know, that he was being recorded for a time like this. To prove to you, David Naked, and you, Monilal, that all you don't know all you're saying. All you don't know what all you're saying. They were not going to call the Natex. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you were going to call the Natex, and according to the Constitution of the United National Congress, the Natex is the arm of the party that selects the candidates. The Natex, the National Executive, is the arm of the party that selects the candidates to run in both general, parliamentary, and local elections. If you're going to have a Natex, the general election hasn't called. As a matter of fact, the general election is about a year and a half away since they started calling for nomination and stuff. Why call for nominations for a general election which is a year and a half away, which is being supervised by the current Natex at the time when they called for the nominations, knowing that you are to have a national executive election, a Natex election in the next 3 to 4 months. And the Natex can change. And if the Natex changes, the new Natex will then want to redo the process. Why will they want to uphold the decision of a Natex that was voted out. Why will an incoming Natex want to uphold the decisions of a Natex that was voted out? So in other words, you organize 41 candidates and a new Natex coming in and they have to do over the process. Where's the logic? Where is the sense? Where is the wisdom? There is no wisdom in it, because what will happen is persons who you may have selected in the first process, some of them will have to be dropped in the second process. So you're actually setting up people. Come now, man. It makes no sense. All that proves, ladies and gentlemen, is they had no intentions. They had no intentions of calling a Natex exactly what Ravi Ratiram said, who was the immediate past party organizer. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much time because I think the United Patriots is going to have an a final, I think, campaign meeting, public meeting in Penal tonight. I want you to tune in, and you will have to tune in on No Borders. I have a lot of stuff to say, ladies and gentlemen, but I will continue with it tomorrow, please God. I will do another live because I have to talk. I must, you see, Jolene John, ladies and gentlemen, Jolene John. This is the lady. And I've told you already. You see Kamala come out and she cussing Gary and saying, leave Jolene John alone. And people saying, but Gary and all want to know what he say. And I know me and Gary is not our friends, but we's partners on this one. Gary, call your partner, God Christopher, boy. Call me. We's friends on this one, Gary. You know we sworn enemies, eh? But we's partners on this one. All you hearing this, send out a message like Gary Griffith call me. And let you patch up with business. Because trust me, they're accusing you. Gary ain't saying nothing about Jolene. Gary ain't saying nothing about Jolene John. They don't want to say God Christopher is the man who ponging them about Jolene John and is affecting them. They are being affected. Yes, I'm exposing Jolene John's position as an agent of the 1%. And she blaming Gary for it because I got Christopher, I'm too insignificant for them to mention my name in their mouths. You understand what I'm saying? Gary not saying anything about Jolene John. Gary and all saying nothing what you accusing me for. Ladies and gentlemen, but this Jolene John, only remember Patrick Manning had a meeting. Not Patrick Manning had a meeting. Let me rephrase it. Only remember when the Syrian Lebanese women summons Manning to a meeting, and he had to go. And shortly after, he called a snap election. Well, remember that? Jolene John was in that meeting. I want to tell all you about Jolene John's connection with the 1%. And at that point in time, she was not even the CEO of the Pizza Hut group. Not Pizza Hut, sorry. The pizza group now, man. The Pizza Boys group. The Mario Sabga Aboud Pizza Boys group and with rituals and all that. At that point in time, I don't think she was still the CEO of that. We're going to get into all of that tomorrow, please God. I also want, ladies and gentlemen, to strengthen and to show you again the connection, Jolene John's connection with the 1% and what they are doing to the UNC. Pandey once said Jack Warner was a monkey on Kamala's back. Well, I don't know what Jolene John is, but hear what I'm telling you. Jolene John's clause, 1% clause, he gonna dig deep into Kamala's neck muscles and shoulder muscles, and Kamala is paralyzed. The 1% has used Jolene John to paralyze Kamala, to keep the UNC in opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, only remember, Jolene John was the Minister of Transportation and Works in those days under Pandey, when Sadiq Bakshande and the whole bacchanal with the airport scandal started to brew. Pandey removed Sadiq Bakshande, he put Jolene John. There was a report, the Commission of Inquiry report that A.N.R. Robinson initiated. And in that report, some officials from NIBDEC, they decided to spill the beans and said that Jolene John authorized the removal of some maybe $1 million worth of air conditioning equipment to be placed into the Pizza Boys and them terminal and business and business. I'll get into it tomorrow, please God. I'm showing you the connection of the 1%. And Jolene John in a newspaper article admitted, listen to it, she admitted, ladies and gentlemen, Jolene John admitted, let me read it quickly. John is now the chief executive officer of the Pizza Boys group. John was quoted in a newspaper article as saying that the owner of Pizza Boys, Mario Sabga Aboud, offered her the job the same night, not day, but the same night that President Arthur N.R. Robinson appointed Patrick Manning as Prime Minister. In the newspaper article, John described the job offer as extraordinary because I didn't know him well. But he saw me at the airport and he knew the struggle I had. Ladies and gentlemen, I have more to tell you about the connections between Jolene John and the 1% and how she's on an assignment to keep the UNC in opposition. The man hardly know you, and in the dead of the night, is it a cult? In the dead of the night, he called and offered you a job. Really, Jolene John? Really? UNC member? Really? UNC soldier? I shut my case. To be continued tomorrow, please God. I'm Garth Christopher for No Borders tonight, and I thank you very much for staying tuned. So you go and you listen to Take It Up right here on No Borders, the United Patriots penal meeting. Goodbye.
Borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits.